Los Angeles Angels, one of my favorite teams this year, and the reason it's one of my favorite teams is I did get a chance to see the Angels farm system in the Arizona Fall League. I loved it. I went to more games with the Angels farm system players than any other teams that I saw in Arizona. Okay, but here's the deal. Their pitching staff, that's the thing. They went off the market when Dallas Keuchel reached terms with the Chicago White Sox contract that guaranteed him $55 million over 3 years. I scratched my head. Okay, but look, the Angels didn't panic. News of the deal emerged an hour after Epler addressed the team's addition of durable pitcher Julio Teheran in a conference call. Epler said he remained open to adding more players. Now, but they didn't do it. And I scratched my head. When the Angels have some financial flexibility based on the luxury tax threshold of $208 million, they have roughly $25 million remaining on their budget to address a need highlighted as their top priority. They lost 90 games last season. No starter took 20 starts, and only one pitcher eclipsed the 100-inning mark, and that was Trevor Cahill. So the Angels could dedicate those leftovers to it. They could have. I thought Hyun-Shin Ryu was going to sign the whole deal, but it didn't happen. So look, the Shohei Ohtani pitching workload will be limited as he works his way back from Tommy John surgery. So they did acquire Dylan Bundy. All right, and Julio Teheran. They still got Andrew Heaney. And the rotation is going to include a combination of Ohtani, Andrew Heaney, Griffin Canning, Teheran, Dylan Bundy, left-handers Patrick Sandoval, Jose Suarez, and Dylan Peters. Right-hander Jaime Barria will likely compete for another spot in the rotation if they decide to go with a six-man crew as they did when Ohtani debuted in 2018. So, look, surprisingly enough, they believe it's a strong group. I beg to differ. I think they need a little bit more. I think they could have gotten a little bit more, but the fact is they don't have a little bit more. So let's get to the team and see exactly what we're talking about here. With Jason Castro and Max Stassi behind the plate, you know these are marginal catchers. You know, pick them up for $1 or $2. Albert Pujols. Now, look, he's Albert Pujols, and what do we expect of Albert Pujols? I'll give you a number. Look, this team's going to be good. I think they're going to be a good team this year. I really do. They're number 85.5. I'm going to hold off on that. Maybe, yeah, I'll go over. I'm not taking the 15-1 or the 30-1 to win the pennant. I think Pujols will hit you 250 with 23, 24 home runs. 85 RBIs. So they have two more years of salary on the books. That's due to Albert Pujols. Third consecutive season in which Pujols was below average offensively relative to his position. But he does enjoy, look, Mike Trout setting the table. All right, so we'll see what happens here. And with Trout setting the table, that'll give you the reason why Pujols last year had 93 RBIs. 93. You could give that to Mike Trout. Danny LaStella at second base and Luis Rengifo. LaStella was what? Was he the biggest surprise in Major League Baseball last year? Yeah, you could argue that big time and say he was the biggest surprise in Major League Baseball last year. Nobody thought that Danny LaStella was going to do what he did. And remember what he did? Remember what Danny LaStella did? He did pretty well. So we'll see how that works with Danny LaStella at second base, and of course with Rengifo, who we thought had the potential to steal some bases. We thought he did. And let's see what we got for LaStella. All right, for Danny LaStella, I'm figuring about a 275 batting average for Danny LaStella. 275 batting average for Danny LaStella. How about that? Is that wrong? You think that's wrong? You think Danny LaStella can hit you more than that? we'll see. Danny LaStella, in my opinion, could be a big disappointment. I got to start this over again. Can't find Danny LaStella.